Tim Moss with Custom Guns, Ammo and Repairs. Today we're looking at the new Endura. So I'd heard these come out, and the Paramount was discontinued. They said it was because they couldn't get a hold of Blackhorn 209, a shortage. I don't really believe that, but that's what they're telling us. So they came out with the Endura, and this is the first one I've been able to get my hands on. And my suppliers don't even have it yet. So this customer is up in Maryland, and he got his hands on one. He didn't keep it long, and he gave me a call. Right now the barrel that's on it is not the factory barrel. This is the factory barrel. This is what was on it, and he tried shooting this barrel, and what he wanted to shoot out of this barrel was the Pittman Aeromax. So he wanted to use the Pittman Aeromax, and I've done a video comparing the Pittman Aeromax to the Power Belt ELRs. And if you watch that video, you can see that the ELRs, they go in about an inch, then they blow up, kind of grenade, and pretty much no exit one. And if you look at what happens in the gel block with the Pittman Aeromax, it goes in 7-8 inches, blows up, does a lot of damage, and exits. The exit wound is about like a tennis ball. So you'd have a really good blood trail if you needed one, but I've never talked to anybody where their deer ran off. They get hit with these Pittman Aeromaxes and they just go down. Whereas with the ELRs, I heard from quite a few guys that they've shot deer. Deer ran off. And of course, they were using Blackhorn, so it was smoke. They couldn't tell where the deer went. They didn't have a blood trail to follow, and they lost some nice deer. So a lot of guys prefer, the Pittman Aeromax. And what this customer found out was he planned on using the Aeromax, and the barrel was 4.53. Well, the Aeromax comes 4.52. He had an option of trying maybe to knurl the bullets and then size them back down. Things he didn't want to get into, things he didn't know how to do. So he gave the ELR a try, didn't like it. Gave me a call, and we went over some options, what he could do. So what we've done to this rifle is we put a Brooks barrel on it with interrupted fluting. This is 45 cal. It's got the muzzle brake on it, the Patriot Valley Arms Shockwave muzzle brake. This reduces recoil by 65%. It's got the Hankins ignition system with the Hankins modules. This is a big upgrade over the ignition system that was in this thing. And then we have, this is my bolt nose that I make for the Hankins ignition system. And it makes it, you don't need any tools to load it. And you don't need to remove the bolt to load it either. I just did that so you guys can see it in the video. But you load it in here, put the bolt in. But I could have done this from outside. It's very easy to do from outside. So I got my module, load it from outside, no tools, lock it down. And once you shoot it, it's easy to get the module out. Module comes right out. No tools necessary. So those are the extra things that we did with it. This right now for our shooting, where you go out and shoot it, see what kind of groups we get. This is a Loophole Mark IV, built like a tank, 34 millimeter, 25 power. So we're going to shoot it with this on, see what kind of groups we get. So this is a new Brooks barrel. For you guys that don't know about Brooks barrels, a lot of competitive shooters use those. What I like about the Brooks barrels, they're cut rifled. They're not button rifled. So the thing about cut rifled barrels is that it takes a few shots to break the barrel in. Now you don't have to do anything really special with these muzzle loaders because you can't overheat them. Maybe you could if you were out in the desert or something trying to shoot it and it was really hot. But in normal temperatures, I'm in North Carolina, normal temperatures, you really can't overheat them because you got to take your shot, then you got to load it again. There's time. It's just not jacking in another cartridge. So the normal braking period is just to shoot the gun. And what we're looking for is if we can get an 1.25 inch group out of a brand new barrel. When that barrel's broken in, it'll shoot like a 1/2 inch group. If we can get an inch group out of it, might do better than that. We get a 3/4 inch group out of a brand new barrel. When that thing settles down, it's going to be shooting 1/4 inch, or pretty much it'll look like one hole. So we're going to give this a try. the things that I do like about this is the Pro model. This is the Pro Endura. What I did like, I know I took the barrel off. I don't care for the barrel it came with. You know, besides this being 4.53 and having to use the ELRs, it's a 300-yard gun. So most guys that are into smokeless muzzleloading, one of the reasons they do it is to get the long-range shooting. You know, one is so you don't have that black powder to mess with, because it's dirty and it's smoky after you shoot. But the other is so you can get in long-range shots. So, you know, this new Endura solves one of the problems in that you're not dealing with black horn 209 or black powder. You're dealing with smokeless powder, but you're still, I mean, even in their own advertising material, they advertise it as like a 300 yard plus gun. So you're limited. So we got the Brooks barrel on here, and we're going to be able to shoot the Pittman Aeromax. But what I did like about the gun, I just told you what I didn't like again, is what I did like about the gun is this new stock. This is a Graybo stock, and it has the adjustable cheek piece I like. It's you can adjust the length by taking these spacers out. It's got a limb saver butt pad, you know, real nice. It's got a Timney trigger that is very nice. I tested the trigger. You know, some guys might say, hey, that's way too light, it's not safe. It's 14 ounces. So, you know, usually they come at 2 pounds or a little bit more. It's factory set at, or it's set at 14 ounces. Possibly the guy that sent it to me, maybe he tinkered with it. But anyhow, it's 14 ounces. So it comes down well below 2 pounds. So we're going to take this out, get all set up, and take some shots down at the range. We'll see how it groups. So keep in mind, now I bore sighted this. I know I'm on paper. I don't care if I hit the bullseye or not. That's not my goal. What I'm looking to do is to see how this thing is going to group. We want to get at least 1.25 inch group out of this new barrel. And for you guys that do order stuff from me, I don't send the gun out until it's grouping under 1 inch. So if it does group 1.25 inches, and say this is a gun I'm going to send back, I'm going to send this gun back, I'll keep shooting it and break the barrel in until I get at least under 1 inch. But if I can get 1.25 inches, I know I'm going to have, you know, like a 1/2 inch shooter. So we'll see what happens. We're going to go out there, and it's windy out, and they're calling for rain. So we're going to try to go out there and get some shots in. It's not ideal conditions, but I have this ready to go, and my video guy Matt, he was ready to go. So we're going to give it a try, even though it's not the best of conditions. A little bit windy out there. You might have a rough time hearing me, but we're going to go out, get set up, and do some 100-yard groups. All right, we're all loaded up. We got a target set up at 100 yards down here. I already loaded the rifle. If you guys have any questions how to load this, you can check out some of the other videos, especially the Paramount video. That's pretty long, and it shows loading the gun and everything. So really we want to check this thing for accuracy. So we're going to start. This is our first shot. We're going to take a shot. So you'll hear me signaling to my cameraman down range. He's in a safe spot, but we're going to try recording the actual target as it hits. So that's what we're up to now. So I'm going to be yelling to him to go ahead and set up, and he's going to be yelling back that he is, and then we're going to take a shot and see how it goes. All ready? There we go. We'll try shot number 2. Okay, we're 2 shots in. We're going to make the 3rd shot. I haven't gone down and seen where these are hitting yet. So I'm hoping this thing is shooting pretty good. I got an idea from the scope, but I won't know until I get down there exactly how far apart these shots are. So we're going to take this last shot and go down there and see how it goes. Good to go, Matt.
Alright, we just took our third shot. We're going to go down and see how we did. I'm thinking we did pretty good. We're going to go check it out. So I'm trying to kind of hustle stuff along right now because it's not supposed to rain today, but it's raining once again. North Carolina's turned into Florida. I don't know what the deal is. But anyhow, we're getting another shower. So I don't have my calipers out, but we have 3 shots. It's all within this 1-inch square, which, you end up with a 3/4 inch group. Which I'm real pleased with this because this is a cut rifle barrel, and a few more shots in this thing, another 40 shots, and this will get down to be about 1/4 of a group is what's going to happen once I break this barrel in. So this is a brand new barrel. I got it on paper yesterday, more sighted on paper, but this is our very first time shooting it, and we have 3 shots within this inch square, which you subtract the diameter of the bullet, which is 0.458 from the 1 inch, and it's might be slightly more than an inch because it's diagonal. But anyhow, you end up with about a 3/4 of an inch group. So I'm pleased with this. I know that when this barrel is broken in, it's going to do about 1/4 inch, 3/8, something like that. So anyhow, this is our first look at the Endura. For you guys that want to, you're happy shooting 300 yards and shooting the ELRs, the Endura is going to be fine for you. But I know there's going to be a lot of guys that they're not going to be happy with the Endura when they find out it's a 300-yard gun and you got to shoot the ELRs. So that's what happened with this customer that sent it to me. So he's going to be pleased that now, I don't think I mentioned it, but it's a 45 caliber. We can do it in 45 or 40. You guys have seen videos, and if you didn't, you can look at them. We got a video on the 40 cal, the advantages of 40 over the 45. But anyhow, with the 45 barrel, we can turn your Endura into an 800-yard gun. If you want a 40 cal barrel, we can turn it into a 1200-yard gun. So this is our first out of the box with a new barrel. Really happy with that. I know that's going to tighten up quite a bit. 1/4 inch group, no more than 3/8 when it's broken in. So if you want to convert your Endura, give me a call. Tim Moss at Custom Guns and Ammo Repairs. Number's 336-655-7631. Something else I failed to mention, you guys that have the big Paramounts, the green stock ones, those things with a scope are about 15 pounds. One of the reasons I really like this new Grabo stock that's on the Endura Pro, it's a very, very extremely lightweight but sturdy stock. So I weighed the setup I have now with the loophole scope and everything on it. It's only 12 pounds. So it shaves 3 pounds off the old Paramount that had the big green stock, and it still shaves a pound and a half or so off the Hunter stock. So it's a really improved stock. If you get the Endura, and I hope you love it and you're happy with it shooting at 300 yards. But if you don't, give us a call and we'll be happy to make yours shoot just like the one I did for this fella in Maryland.